Velocity is a quantity that contains both speed in a direction. Velocity is a quantity which specifies speed with a direction. Velocity is a quantity of speed with direction. Say, an example for velocity is 25 km an hour north. Here, this is the speed of the object and this is the direction of the object. Or this is called the magnitude and this is called the direction. Therefore, you call velocity as a vector quantity. A vector is a quantity having both magnitude as well as direction. The velocity of an object can be changed only by changing its speed or by changing its direction. Say, for example, there is an object traveling from A to B in the direction of north. Then the velocity is defined by the distance traveled by that object divided by the time taken. The SI unit of velocity is same as that of speed, which is meter per second, and the other units are also kilometer an hour or centimeter per second. Consider an object, let it be a car, traveling towards a point B from A. Now, first the car was traveling towards west, then it traveled towards north, and again it traveled towards west, then it traveled towards south, and then it travels towards west to reach the point B. Now here we can see that at specific interval of time, it is changing its direction. Therefore, there will be a change in velocity overall. Then, for the total velocity, we consider what called as average velocity. What is average velocity? Average velocity can be defined as initial velocity plus final velocity of the object divided by 2. This can be given by the equation u, which represents the initial velocity, plus v, which represents the final velocity, divided by 2. Let us do an activity. Measure the time that you take to travel from your school to the bus stop. Let the average velocity you walk be 4 meters per second. How do you find this? It's easy. We know that velocity is nothing but the total distance, let it be s, traveled by time. You measure the time, you know the velocity. Now to find distance, you just have to substitute the equation accordingly. You get distance is equal to velocity into time. You know the velocity and you measure the time in seconds. Therefore, you get the distance of the bus stop from your school. Let us try to do another activity. You know that we hear the thunder a few seconds after the lightning. Okay, let's try to calculate the distance of the lightning that happened from us. You take a stopwatch. The second that you see the lightning, you start the stopwatch. And the second that you hear the thunderstorm, you stop the stopwatch and measure the time that it took to hear the thunderstorm. Therefore, you get the time that it took to hear the thunderstorm. Let the velocity of the thunderstorm be 346 meters per second. Therefore, you have the velocity, you measure the time, then you can easily find the distance as velocity into time. Please find it.